All right, can you folks both hear me?
Yes.
All right. We'll take up file 2016-54490, Joseph Burwanger and Samantha Roach, and both are here. And this is the date and time set for hearing in this matter. The matter had been heard back in February, actually March, and at that time, well, both, and in those hearings, parenting time was first considered, and then Mr. Burwanger was granted parenting time on a specific date in March, and then alternating weekends, Friday to Sunday and Wednesday evenings. The matter was to be reviewed prior to summer parenting time to determine what that would be. I guess let's start here. Both raise your right hands. Do you both swear or affirm any testimony you give in this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right. And sir, why don't you go first and tell me how the parenting time's been going since March?
I feel like it's been going good. I've had her every day I'm supposed to, plus extra. This Wednesday is the first day that I didn't take her just because I'm in the process of a move right now. I go to court Monday for my sentencing, and the recommendation for that is 2 years of probation. Other than that, I mean, I go in for my weekly drops. I've been off drugs, spending time with the kid, doing what I'm supposed to, trying to find a job. It's been a little tough with the record out right now, but I'm hoping when Monday comes around and my sentencing and all those charges are dropped, then we'll be able to move forward from there.
So you're not looking at any jail time then for those criminal matters you had going on?
Well, I sat 3 months already.
Oh, okay. When was that, before March then? Had you gotten
Yes.
out? Okay.
Yeah, that was back in December, January, and February.
All right, so time served then you?
No, 2 years of probation as well.
Yeah. All right. So what are you hoping to have the summer parenting time look like?
I would like to go back to our original agreement, the week on, week off.
That's what you want to do for the summer? Are you, and you don't have a job right now?
No, Your Honor.
So you're home during the weeks that you'd have the child?
Yes. I am in the process of finding a job. Like I said, it's just been tough because of the open criminal record right now.
All right. All right, that sounds good, ma'am. What are your thoughts?
That's really not a good idea right now. I this last week have had multiple people attempt to get a hold of me to find where Joseph is because they don't know where he is, that he's missing. I've got the text messages, the threads. Like he said, he didn't have her on Wednesday this week because there was nowhere to take her. Not only that, at this point, like even the home that he had for her, I've had CPS agents get a hold of me twice now. In fact, the last time that we had a court date, he insinuated that CPS was contacting me over me when that was not the case. It was the household he had her in was being investigated by CPS. And I have been contacted by Melanie from CPS multiple times, had very long conversations with her about what's going on and what is and is not. Like I said, I spent the last week with multiple people contacting me to ask where Joseph was because he was quote unquote missing.
Okay, are those people,
and the only time I heard from him in between,
are those people going to testify today and tell me more about
I
this?
didn't even bother asking them because last time I wanted to have people testify, I was told that it's all hearsay and it doesn't matter.
It's hearsay when you say it. If the person who knows the information firsthand says it, it's not hearsay.
That's what I was told last time. I told you that I was going to have multiple people come in, testify to what they've seen, heard, experienced with Joe and with Delia. And I was told those things were all hearsay and they would not be considered.
No, it's hearsay when you tell me it. It's not hearsay when.
Well, then I'd be glad to have these people come in. We can set up another court date.
Well, today's the day. I set aside a half of the morning to take care of this.
Well, like I would be glad to do that.
Can you get a hold of the CPS? So currently CPS is looking into Mr. Burwanger's residence?
No, I did not say Mr. Burringer, the household that he is in. The household that
Can
he
I
has had my
interject?
daughter in has been investigated by CPS. I've had 3 phone calls now to be notified that there is an ongoing investigation into the household that my daughter is in.
All right,
That's,
so what do you know about that?
excuse me?
I asked Mr. Burwanger what he knows about that.
Okay, yeah, I would glad to be. First of all, CPS follows up on anything they ever hear. So Kyle, I'm sorry, I live with 2 other boys and a girl, my girlfriend's kids. Kyle had gotten a bruise on him and they thought it was a hickey. Well, we had an incident back in August of last year where my girlfriend's daughter's father got accused of doing some things to her. So they follow up on anything that had to do with remote, with sexual anything as a follow-up and just investigate it. He had a bruise on him. They assumed it was a hickey. So they came in and investigated it. The CPS cases result in nothing. They're doing their job. That's what they're supposed to do. As far as me missing, I would ask who thought I was missing, number one, because I don't talk to anybody except my girlfriend and Sam. So.
Well, it was your girlfriend's other partner that called me. Also, your sister-in-law.
He's always trying to stir stuff up, so I could care less about him. My sister-in-law knew her. She never tried contacting me, so.
So, ma'am, or I guess one of you or both, do you want to try to contact the CPS agent who's been investigating this? See if they can hop on the Zoom here and testify?
I don't have her money
My
right now,
phone
her
isn't
number
here.
right
I
on hand.
can go get my phone. I have her on my contact list, so I can go get it. I don't know about whether or not she'd be able to even get on here. I guess the main thing too, though, is that the last time we had a court date, it was insinuated that CPS was contacting me over something that had to do with me. Got it written down right here. It was flat out insinuated that I was the reason that CPS was
Who
contacted.
insinuated that?
It had nothing to do with me. I was literally just notified of it. But
I don't know, but if they're investigating Mr. Burwanger's residence, the place where the child would be, I'd like to hear about that from them.
okay,
I agree.
Can't ask questions of her if she's not permitted by her office policy to testify.
Okay, can I just state that all these
Well,
CPS.
hold on. Ma'am, you're not able to testify then about this matter today?
The judge did just ask, ma'am, you're not allowed to testify about this matter today.
Yeah, unless I have a subpoena, our office policies that we're not to interfere with friend of the court orders, or sorry, friend of the court hearings.
Wouldn't be interfering, it would just be testifying as a witness.
I can kind of hear it in the background.
I apologize. I know this is so weird. He said it wouldn't be I'm sorry, it wouldn't be interfering. It would just be testifying. Is what he said. Yes.
Yeah. I suppose if this is I can't tell who I'm talking to, but if this is the judge I'm talking to, if you want to, or if you'd like to order me over the phone to testify about confidential CPS matters, that's really all I need is a judge's order to do so.
All right, at this time then I would direct you, ma'am, to testify truthfully about the investigation that involves Ascadelia Monet Leanne Burwanger and your information that you've gleaned and any recommendations you're making as a result of that recommendation. Does that work?
Sure, yeah, that's perfectly fine.
All right, and what's your name?
Melena Staffen, Melayna, Staffen, Staffen.
All right, and do you swear or affirm any testimony you give in this cause to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And how'd you become involved in this investigation regarding that child?
I have a current CPS investigation involving another adult household member who is not specifically Mr. Joseph Burwanger.
All right, and which county are you with?
Mecosta.
All right. And so Mr. Burwanger lives at an address that you were investigating based on a complaint or an investigation of another matter?
Correct. He is not listed as an adult perpetrator, nor is Ascadelia listed as a victim in my investigation.
Okay. Do you know if Mr. Burwanger lives at that address?
I'm uncertain. I have not been able to get a hold of the adult who is listed as the perpetrator for a couple of weeks now. I think I have the wrong phone number, or maybe the phone number has changed. And the apartment complex that they used to live in, or do live in, I'm unsure, is a locked apartment complex, so I can't necessarily knock on their door just because I don't have access to their door.
Okay.
Can I
And,
ask a question, Judge?
Hold on. What were the allegations that you're investigating?
The allegations are involving a child by the name of Kyle Lucas, and there were concerns about a scrape or a mark on his neck and the origins of that marking on his neck.
Were you able to determine if that mark was a result of abuse or neglect?
Yes, I was. I actually have just submitted my report today. It is under review by my supervisor, but at this time, there has not been any abuse or neglect found in the household.
So there's no substantiation of any abuse or neglect?
Correct.
You requesting that your investigation be concluded then or closed?
That is correct.
All right. All right. Mr. Burwanger, you had a question or two for the witness?
Yeah, I just, the simplest fact, you feel Delia safe and loved at her household. She's met us before. I've talked to her. She's spoken with Delia at
That's fine.
school, so
Okay, just let her answer the question. Ma'am, I guess his question was, do you feel that Ascadelia is safe in his household at this time?
Yes, I spoke with Ms. Ascadelia at school 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, and at that time she did not disclose any concerns at either her mother or her father's household.
All right. Is there any other questions?
no, Your Honor.
Ma'am, do you have any questions for Ms. Staffen?
No, we've already talked. I've already had all that down, so.
Okay. All right. I guess you're all set then, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yep, thank you. You guys have a great day.
Thank you so much. Have a good day, sweetie.
Yep, bye.
Bye. I just want to point out my reasoning for bringing up the CPS thing in general. I had already been told that Delia was safe. She felt safe. She felt happy. My point was the last court date that we had on this recording, I could probably go find it. It was insinuated that CPS had contacted me due to a situation or circumstances involving my household, that I was being investigated for some reason in some way, shape, or form. That is not the case.
I don't know
Never
how
has
you,
been.
I don't know how you gathered that. I
don't
recall
know. We were
saying,
here talking
brought
about
up
Mr.
and
We were here talking
literally-
about Mr. Burwanger's parenting time, not yours. So I don't know why that would have been relevant, but okay.
What do you mean? How is that not relevant? My point is that I was being painted to be someone that was having a CPS investigation brought upon myself.
I
When
get
that's
that.
not the
I get
case.
that. But your time with the child was not the issue. It was Mr. Burwanger's time with the
No,
child.
it wasn't. That's my point, is
I
that it was painted to be that my time was what was being investigated. And that's not the case.
okay, I know what you're referring to. And what I said in that last hearing we had was that the last time that CPS talked to all the kids, Delia raised concerns about her uncle Adam coming to the house. That was all I said. There was
I haven't
nothing
laid
about,
eyes on Adam since the day he tried to
I-
kill Apple.
I
So
understand
don't know
that,
what you want
but
me to say.
Delia stated to Melanie that she felt unsafe, not unsafe, but was worried that Adam might come back. That's all I said. There was no insinuation that there was a CPS investigation out for you.
All right, so if we've cleared up the CPS investigation now, and there are no concerns with Mr. Burwanger's household from her perspective, I guess why still, ma'am, would you not want the court to enter an order for week on, week off parenting time during the summer?
Because at this point, it's unsure whether or not he even has a place to stay. He doesn't have a job.
We don't have a
But
job.
it's not about wanting to keep her from him. or
Samantha,
keep
do
him
you
from
have a
her.
job?
It's
Samantha, do
about,
you have a job?
let me keep her until you get your stuff together, and then we will go back to it. I've
Do you have a
never
job,
wanted to keep
Samantha?
your daughter from you.
Ma'am, do you have a job? He asked you a question.
Right now, no, but I still have an
Okay,
income.
so why am I supposed to hold that against him if you don't have a job either? And
I also have a home. A guaranteed, steady, there's no chance of it disappearing home. I live
I'm
with
mo-
my father.
I'm moving.
I'm not going to get
I'm
thrown out
I'm
at any
getting my
moment.
stuff together. I'm moving. I'm doing what I'm
Okay, and
supposed
I
to be
don't doubt
doing.
that, Joseph.
sir, where are you moving to?
Right now I'm at a hotel for next week until we find an apartment that opens up. But that's not an issue of she's had to maintain stable home. I got the
You
hotels
literally,
the hotel's
Living in a
paid for.
hotel right now?
Huh? Yeah, because I had to move out yesterday. So and I'm waiting for the apartment to open up.
How
All
long
the
is
paper,
that?
all the paperwork to go through. So we got the hotel for a week. Everything should be finalized at the end of the week. Stuff takes time. I mean, this is how it is. It's not like she doesn't have anywhere to go. I can travel and take her to a hotel, but for me to stay in a hotel for a few days is frowned
that's
upon.
my point. Why wouldn't you take advantage of your daughter having a steady, stable place to stay?
I'm not
You can
refuting
literally
that.
come here anytime you want. I've always maintained that you can come to this house every day to see your daughter, and you don't.
She's been stable for the last 3 months. She's had somewhere to go every day.
Really hasn't.
She has. She gets off the bus, goes to the same place every day.
So, sir,
This Wednesday was the first day that changed.
have you lived in the same place for the last 3 months until yesterday?
Yes.
You think you'll have a place in a week?
Yes. It's all the paperwork's already been submitted. We're just waiting for the apartment to open up and everything to go through.
Where's the apartment at?
We're not exactly sure yet. So we applied for an assistance and they put us at the top of the list and they bought us the hotel room for the week. They said they'll have it set up by the end of the week. But even so, if that doesn't work out, we have a cabin and right outside of Baldwin we can go to that my girlfriend's parents offered us. So.
All right, let's reconvene in a week, next Friday at 3 o'clock. We'll see how your apartment status is. Can you both make it at that time, next Friday at 3 o'clock?
Next Friday at 3 o'clock, yes.
Ma'am, does that work for you?
Yeah.
If you want to call any witnesses, feel free to call them for that day. If they need a subpoena, you'll have to send a subpoena. You can come up here, fill it out, bring it up here, the judge will sign it, and then you serve it on the person that you want to testify if they need a subpoena. If they'll testify without a subpoena, then just tell them, give them the Zoom information, all right?
Okay.
Same Zoom number and everything, Your Honor?
Yep.
Okay.
So it'll stay the same, just the weekends and Wednesdays, until I hear more next week about this apartment.
Okay. And you said that was Friday at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, if you get the apartment, get some kind of proof, I don't know, some kind of statement from the landlord or whatever, to prove that you have a permanent residence, that you've signed a lease or some kind of legal document.
What if we choose to go? What if we choose to go to the cabin and stay at the cabin?
Whose cabin?
It's my girlfriend's parents' cabin. They have a couple houses and they offered us a cabin. It was a little ways out, so we weren't trying to go to that. Well, what we were holding off on.
If you're gonna have the legal right to live there for an extended period of time, then get someone on to testify about that and some kind of written document that shows that.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you guys back here next week.